stalwart Indian warrior Tecumseh, century-old ship's figurehead and wooden patron saint to generations of sea dogs of the Navy, towers above the Academy campus, symbolic of Navy grit, as midshipmen stream out on the field in trim ranks to witness one of football's classic tussles. 1942 chapter of the 46-year gridiron rivalry between Army Gray and Navy Blue. This is the day of days, celebrated clash between the services which yearly draws more crowds, more military braid and front-page personalities than any other grid event across the country. But no snappy ranks of marching Gray cadets. The West Point contingent is at home, working this year. And just their pigskin packers have come down to snatch the title from a club. The meager crowd of 11,000 seems strangely small in contrast with the roaring fans 100,000 strong who in past years jammed up for miles to get a look at the games. It's President Roosevelt's order. This year's game, first wartime Army-Navy clash in history, is permitted only for the sake of servicemen on distant shores whose ears are glued to radios around the world. The blue line divides, and 2 battalions march to Army's side as a cheering section for the Fighting Gray. Only Army witnesses to this strangest Army-Navy game in history are West Point officials, headed by General Wilby, Commandant of West Point. Across the stadium, a small group of naval officials and their families take their place to await the starting whistle. Navy's famous mascot tugs at his leash impatiently, while Army cadets cautiously maneuver their long-eared mascot to pose in traditional Army-Navy meetings. But this baby's unaccustomed to public demonstration and less composed than his seasoned colleague for the Blue. And here they come, the Gray 11, out on the field for a quick pre-game ring-up, while Army men at their radios send up a rousing cheer heard round the world. He's on the rampage, and the cheerleader riders can't stay aboard. The Navy warriors, trim and ready for battle. There goes the coin. Navy wins the toss. It's Army's kick, but Army chooses to have its back to the bright November sun. Symbolically, Army and Navy shake hands. There's the opening kickoff by Roberts of the Army. Long end over end down to Navy 6. Navy's Captain Cameron receives it for the run back. Navy's ball, Cameron again, slicing through the Army line for 12 yards and a first down. The ball snaps to Hume, to Cameron, who slices around left end in a 15-yard run. In Army territory now, and it's Cameron on a pass. Intercepted. It's Army's Major, star Gray halfback flashing up the field to Army's 25. Major again for the Army, sliding off right tackle against tough defense for a 3-yard gain. Major's back in punt formation. There's the kick. A honey down to Navy's 19. On their 40, Navy gives the ball to Studer. A sailor blocking him shakes him loose for 22 long yards on an end around to the left. Navy Blues down in Army territory now, and Navy's Hamburg gets off a forward, way down to near the goal line. But it's intercepted by Lombardi of the soldiers on his own 8. The crowd yells while the soldiers try to dent the sailors' line without success. And there's a quick kick by the Army. Major gets it off and whistles down to Hamburg of Navy, who charges back to his own 45. The sailors pull a fast one as the old Statue of Liberty gag sends Ben Martin in the clear for a breathtaking 50 yards. He's finally stopped by Major down on the Army's 13. Hamburg gets the pigskin, dealing one quickly off the elbow to Martin on a quick reverse around the left. But it's a fumble, and Army Sanson's on it. Again, the Sea Dogs in the stand watch Army try, in vain, to forge up the field. See Navy take the ball in midfield, and then break Twinkle-Toe Studer loose through center for 36 yards deep into Army territory. It worked once, and Studer tries Army center again, for no gain at all. Sailors flick the ball to Hamburg, who fades back to deliver a quick toss which nearly nets a touchdown for the Blues. The Navy drive is on, and Studer slips through left tackle almost to the goal, but there's no talent. Army's Kenner from behind his goal kicks into what he hopes is safe. But Studer of the Sailors scampers back down to the Army 4. The Navy wants to score, and Studer slides off tackle to the Army's 1-yard marker. Only 6 inches now, and the Blue hands the ball to Husky Joe Sullivan, who hits hard. It's over. A Navy touchdown as the Navy go wide. We're in the second half of the big clash, and Woods of Army tosses another quick one to Anderson for a 5-yard gain. Territory here is too dangerous, and Major, Army's triple threat, kicks clear. Hamburg receives it on his own 29, plugging the pigskin back up to the 45. A double reverse. Hume to Martin to Hamburg, but little gain through the soldier line. Navy's Hume is back in punt formation now and gets the kickoff. Kenna of the Cadets attempts to run it back, but Sailors stop him in his tracks. Trying to shake loose, West Point takes to the air as Major wings one. But Hume of Navy muscles in for the snatch, forging back to Army's 21. Navy's ball now. Hamburg fades for a pass, and Martin grabs it out of Gerald's hands, racing down 2 thin stripes for Navy's second down. Crapo's back again, and his trained toe steers the ball straight for the extra point. But after 2 vain downs, kicks to Hamburg, who shakes tacklers off in a swivel-hip 42-yard run way down to Army's 42. Navy seems to be fond of the reverse department, as Hume again gives Hamburg the apple for a 6-yard push. Hume's back in a shift to the right, slicing through guard in a sideline rush for a sweeping 21-yard advance into Army's 9. Hamburg fades for a long toss to Martin, but it falls dead for a no-go. It's later in the game, and Hamburg takes the pigskin, shaking free with pretty interference, dancing down to Army's 20 for a first down. The Tars are anxious to break across and try to hammer Sullivan through, but Army's line's too strong. It's Hamburg back, but this time the soldier boys close in 8 frames behind scrimmage, and he's down hard. Hamburg cuts back to his right to gain back the yardage the soldiers tossed him, and with success. A short kick into coffin corner by the boys in blue, but the Army turns up with the ball on their own 19. It's Army's ball, and the pigskin snaps back to Woods, whose quick reverse to Kenna shakes him free for a bullet toss to Salzer, who clicks off 30 yards in a major soldier gain. That's Kenna back, ready for a toss, but rushing Sailors leave an opening, and he twists through for 35 quick yards. This looks like a major Army drive as the ball snaps back to Kenna again, and he darts through center for 18 yards in the first down. It's Kenna with the ball, but a reverse to Salzer fools the blue, and Salzer fights through for another 15. The wrong penalty throws the Army back, and Kenna fades to get off a beauty to Woods, who scampers down to net the gray men another 27 in their advance. And it's Kenna in a shift to the right, and a quick reverse to Rafalco, who sweeps to right for a small gain. Kenna fades to snap a long one to Hennessy. But soldier hopes dim as Navy Hume whisks the ball away, pushing it back to the 22 marker. Finding no go against the fighting mad West Pointers, Navy kicks to Kenna, who hands the ball to Woods on his 35 for the run back. But there's no more time. The ball game's over, and Navy has won 14-0. happy midshipmen celebrate victory in 24-hour ringing of the victory bell, loudly ringing down the curtain on one more chapter in the history of sports.